Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, Homeward Bound. This is our final episode in Season 2 of this run before I make the giant leap over to Beta. Are you excited? I'm excited. Alright, anyway, our launch window from Minmus, which we had to wait all of like 10 minutes for, is here, and now we're going. So, slowly but surely we'll get up off the surface with this. I make no respectable thrust LVN motor and angle ourselves down and over and start to make our ascent into a nice big toroidal trajectory. No real point in attaining a serious orbit. We'll clear out our contract accomplishments from Jeb's super awesome rover mission. Alright, now we're burning and it takes a while. We'll just go ahead and tweak this node around. Skibbity bebop, and get ourselves on a intercept course. We are not going for direct descent. We are going to aero brake with an engine assist, and hopefully we'll make one braking orbit and then another one to hit our mark at KSC. I'm terrible at timing these things, so I probably did it all wrong. All wrong. Anyway, now that we can fast forward a little bit, go ahead and we're slipping there a little off the node. Oh well, there'll be plenty of time to fix it. We're in space. So, we did just ditch the remnants of our poor ill-fated rover. There was no plans on bringing that thing back anyway. Just like with the moon mission, we just ditched it. Alright, we're at our node. Engine is fired up. And we'll just speed that up quite a bit because, man, that burn took like way more time than it should have. Oh. We could have done an assist off the moon and gone into interplanetary space. And really, there's probably enough fuel on this thing to do a lap and come back. But, you know, we'll leave that for a Season 3 or a Season Beta. I have no idea what we'll call that. Goodbye, Minmus. I've always wondered, is there one end, two ends? Oh, time warp. Whoa. Something there just got... No, okay. Huh. Yeah, okay. It looks like I left a drone aircraft in orbit there, and it almost got picked up off by the moon and flung free. And it looks like now it's going to crash, but it's a problem for later. I don't particularly feel like dealing with it, so I won't. And those crafty observant of you will notice that that aircraft is no longer on the map. Because I actually switched over and tried to save it from crashing into Kerbin and failed miserably. But it was a drone aircraft from which we launched those 3 satellites that are in orbit of the moon. I forgot about it after I finished that episode and left it there. And apparently it made a couple of completely safe orbits, but that little nudge by the moon's gravity well was enough to throw it onto a deadly impact trajectory with Kerbin. And after an adjustment burn and then a braking burn to the atmosphere where I tried to land it on some random continent, it spun wildly out of control in the atmosphere and crashed and died. No Kerbals were harmed, so that would be why I didn't particularly care. It was not all that fantastic, and it would have made this video about 45 minutes long, even with editing and such, so I left it out. Very sorry. I'm not sorry. Let's not pretend. Alright, we are at our aero braking point here, so we're just going to go ahead and fire the motor a little early because it doesn't really do a whole hell of a lot, and it will do even less when we're in the atmosphere, and it will become incredibly inefficient. Whoa. Uh-oh. Looks like we're, yeah, we're getting some heating effects, but we're also, the aircraft wants to not face backwards. Oh, come on. Come on, Jeb. this is kind of what happened to that drone aircraft. It started spinning in the atmosphere and then broke up. So I think we're way too high to be getting serious heating effects, but that spinning is seriously unsettling. It should not be happening. We should not be spinning right now. So this is just going to be a matter of trying to wrestle with the control surfaces. There's no RCS on this, which would probably help right now. And get it facing, yeah, right there, into our prograde vector. So yeah, we're gonna make at least one more lap. See, nice and stable when it's facing prograde. I love this little plane, but man, that was kind of stressful. Ooh, buddy. All right, yeah. Sorry, it's at night. And I know there's not much to see at night, but yeah, well, it's a good thing was we're not coming down anywhere near KSC at the moment, so it's quite a good thing that we're going to leave the atmosphere and make another lap. So we'll just try to fast forward through as much of this as possible. Alright. And it looks like we are experiencing also quite a bit of satellite bunching. Oh, it's so annoying. Alright, just a little correction there to make sure we don't fall that far into the atmosphere. And here we'll just do a non-assisted braking burn in the traditional sense, in that I'm not letting the atmosphere screw this up for me. So it's quite a nice, long, steady burn. We'll get some time warping. We're gonna just kick our nose down a little bit towards the planet, then kind of raise our periapsis a little bit, just to make sure we're staying out of the atmosphere. Because yeah, we're gonna make a couple laps, and it looks like it is sunset at KSC, and I would really prefer not to do a night landing. And even at our highest time warp, that's going to take a while. So we're going to switch out here to the satellite where we can time warp quite a bit faster. Like that. Oh, uh-oh. This is one of our ground stations. I seem to have switched to the wrong thing. Alright, there we go. Okay, sorry. Now, back into the mission we're actually supposed to be flying. There we go. Physics kicked in. We'll turn off Kerbal alarm clock. And everything goes well right around there. We'll start to make our re-entry maneuver. No real point in facing. No. Yeah, let's kick this node down just a bit. Really, the slower we can come in, the more likely that we won't crash, burn, and die. Yeah, you know, here looks good. I like to fly by the seat of my pants sometimes. You know, you could do a bunch of math or some other things and figure out exactly where you're going to be based on your speed and descent due to gravity, and lift factor, the rotational period of the planet. But, really, that would take several minutes with a calculator, and I could just say, this looks good. And have a go. Because Kerbals aren't real people and they don't really matter. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and get ourselves angled for re-entry. Yes, I did make the trajectory fall well short of Kerbal Space Program because the lift generated by the wings at re-entry at such a high speed will actually push us up and stretch that trajectory further than Kerbal Space Program. You actually come in a lot steeper than this if you won't burn up and die, as I will because I have deadly re-entry installed. So we're gonna, whoa, alright. Now there's enough of an atmosphere to give us enough drag to warrant pointing into the airflow is what we want to do at the moment. So with our LVN shut down and our heating effects ramping up, this is always like the hairiest, scariest part of any of these space plane missions is coming back home. This is You know, I mean, without deadly reentry, just, yeah, who cares, you know? Come straight down at 3,000 meters a second. Who cares? See, now we're well overshooting Kerbal Space for or the Space Center, just on the lift generated with these wings. So we're gonna do a bunch of these flopping around in the air maneuvers to try to slow ourselves down, because we only have the energy of our momentum, and any of that energy spent trying to turn left or right is no longer energy that can be used for going forward. So if we can burn off some of this energy now before our heating effects and before there's the air, oh, there goes that antenna I forgot to retract from inside the cargo bay. That's just one of those irritating things I really wish they'd fix, because being inside the cargo bay should exempt you from aerodynamic stresses. It should, right? So yeah, once you get lower and there's a lot more air, you turn more effectively, but you also increase the G load, which we're having to start monitoring now and being much gentler on our turns so that we don't kill these guys with G-forces. Another cool perk of deadly reentry. Oh, yeah, there was a little bit of a spike. Gently, gently, gently. Easy now. Yeah, if these were humans, they would have been blacking out so much with these G-turns. That's, I mean, really, like, holding it at 9 Gs is... I don't know. If anybody has any real flying experience, tell me at what G load you start to black out. And see, yeah, now the air is good and thick. We'll just peg to 15 if we try to make one of these maneuvers like that. Because we are still going way too fast. And we're not quite lined up, so we're just going to try to shake some of this speed and level flight. And we'll start turning in to make our final approach here. That might be too much. Yep, bring it back. But again, this makes us go a little bit slower, so it's not exactly a horrible idea. Alright, so now we're kind of out of space, and unless we want to fire up the engines and circle around, which is an option, just not my preferred one. It's always kind of cool just to glide it back in. Alright, undercarriage down and locked. Alright, Jeb, moment of truth, man. You're a little off and probably way too fast. And, oh God, bounce. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, no. Steady, Jeb. Steady. Alright, hit the brakes. Okay, that's a big... We can exhale now. We weren't gonna twirl off and die like our prototype drone. That was horrendous. And we're also, thankfully, not going to run out of runway. Hallelujah. Recover vessel. And let's see how good we did for a single flight to Minmus. All right. So what's that, 1,300? Sorry, I'm doing this bit in post-edit, and I can't quite read what I got. I know that's 1,000 plus. I can totally make out 4 digits ahead of the decimal. I'm pretty happy with that. For a single ride to Minmus, I'll take it. Alright everybody, thanks for watching this last episode with me. We will be back shortly with 0.90. Thanks again.